Hi, I'm Neil Sackmary.
Hi, I'm State Trooper Sean Hagstrom with the Nevada State Police Highway Patrol Division, PEIO. Please stay tuned for the next episode of Trooper Talk.
And together, we can make a difference. Here we are live at this edition of Trooper Talk. Look who's here. We're all back. And we have a special guest here too. Please tell us who you are.
My name is Paul Maxwell from Swing for Their Kids, and thank you for having me.
Second time you've been here.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. We appreciate you being here. We have Trooper Hagstrom. Look who's here. He's back.
He made it.
He's back, and you know what I'm saying? We're happy to have him.
He's been super busy.
Super
I'm telling
busy.
you, super
I know.
busy.
That's what he is.
It's been a long hiatus, but I'm back.
A long hiatus.
Yeah, absolutely.
You touched on it in the beginning, and I don't think people understand that there's alcohol that's legal in Nevada. I mean, all over, right? But there's marijuana that's legal in Nevada. But what people that don't do drugs, they don't really understand is that there are drugs that are out there that you can take one time and die. You know, it's not like taking a sip of alcohol or people smoke and, they get messed up or whatever. But there are specific drugs that are out there in this world now that if you do not have the Narcan, and I see it on the TV show all the time, that I watch on the weekends for the police, explain to us why this is so important for you to go out of your way to give, like, if they're on drugs, just get them off the drugs, right? But it's not as simple as that, right?
No,
Tag me in first real quick. So not even just taking something, it's touching something.
yeah,
Right?
Like
it's
fentanyl or
killing
anything.
them.
He was probably
It's
going to
killing
say it,
these
but I wanted
guys.
to make sure it was
The
said.
police officers,
Touching.
the police
Touching.
officers are dropping just
Yeah.
on scenes, like even just touching it. Like it's
Well,
so.
then
And
I want to talk all about this.
there's
so.
a new one, Pyro, that's even more deadly than fentanyl.
I've
And
never
at this
heard of that
last,
one, so,
yeah, it's
yeah.
even more. And they showed a vial of it, and they were like, this could kill the entire population of Las Vegas. That's how strong it is. Yeah, it's the new one. They're shooting the new one is this trank to this Q, this something that's like causing these incredible abscesses. We give fentanyl test strips with it. We're also giving them out so they can test the dope. And we're like, even if they see that the fentanyl's
because they're going to use
they're
it
still
anyway.
gonna use it anyway. Well, I mean, that's what we say. Even if say like just have it so it's ready. And then on our Saturday interactions when we're handing out the peanut butter and jellies and we're handing out the cigarettes, we're like, just eat, like, do you want any Narcan? They're like, no, I'm clean. I'm like, just take it, just because they're you see it, their buddies drop on them. They're in the environment where we need the Narcan, right? They're there when the ODs are taking place. And it's an amazing, it's a narcotic antagonist. It's incredibly effective. It won't harm you, biochemically. If you're not on drugs, you can take it. It only is gonna, antagonize the narcotic molecule. So I won't get into the biomolecular of it, but it's a great thing that we're doing. And what's awesome is I want to thank SNHD gives us $10,000 of Narcan a quarter just to distribute. I go and I pick it up. Yeah, Lori from SNHD, I love you, thank you. So we pick up the Narcan, and that's one of the best things that we're doing is, and we go out there with the bag every Saturday and get rid of it. Just get it out there because it's so devastating. It's the communities in our country that are just being destroyed by this, these synthetic opioids. It's just.
Where can somebody get Narcan if they want? Do you know? Do they give that out for free to everybody?
No, I mean it's funny. You can on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon, which is crazy. SNHD.
Can you go to like the
there are
health
distribution?
district or
Yeah,
something?
there are different places too that if you go online and you look at SNHD, there's free Narcan distribution places for sure. SNHD got a huge, I don't know, there was some government something big chunk of money that they got, which
Probably a grant.
yeah, there was some money wasn't used. I don't know, it was like $80 million. I'm forgetting from class, but they used it for the Narcan. So Nevada has a ton of like Narcan for us to just give away for a little while.
This was a fatal crash in July of 2019, and the gentleman Moniz was going to be charged. He ended up making a failure to yield the right of way and pulled in front of a semi truck pulling double trailers. And ended up, since he did the failure right away, the truck tried to avert the crash, ended up crashing into somebody else and killing them. The person that caused the crash didn't render aid and left the scene. He ends up getting caught, ends up going to court. He's going to be convicted after he leaves the courthouse, ends up booking flights right after that. Books a flight to Canada via Dubai to end up go to Dubai. Our Nevada Highway Patrol Traffic Homicide Unit did a phenomenal job with our district attorneys and went through the Las Vegas Justice Courts. And they worked together to get an arrest warrant for him absconding and leaving the country without coming back to court or whatever, just to leave totally out of the country on this charge of fatal crash and leaving the scene. So they ended up putting the felony arrest warrant, put it in NCIC, which is National Crime Information System, and all that, and worked with people in Canada and Dubai, and he ended up getting into Dubai, and Dubai authorities wouldn't allow him to debark the airplane. So he had to come back, and with U.S. Customs and San Francisco police were waiting for him to come back when he arrived in San Francisco, placed him in arrest. He's in custody right now, and we have an extradition warrant to bring him back. And one of the reasons I wanted to talk about this is the second time that we've had somebody that's convicted for causing a fatal crash and trying to leave the country. And this is the second one that our traffic homicide unit was able to get this person and bring him back here to go before trial. So to actually get his conviction and a new sentence, because now he left. There's going to be new felony charges, for absconding and everything else, trying to leave the country so he doesn't have to serve time.
The jail system is not a fun and pleasant place.
Well, no, I mean, just starting off, like, you're losing all the luxury of, watching your own TV.
Your freedoms.
Using your own toilet. Like the things that you take for granted. You're going into somewhere, a location that now you're going to be sharing it with people that you don't know. They're on crimes that you don't know what they're on for. You don't know how they're going to react to you. You don't know how they're going to react to each other while you're in there with them. Obviously they're going to be fed and stuff like that, but it's nothing like having the freedom of being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it at your own house.
And when they come in from being when they go to this holding tank, and they go to fingerprinting, and they go to all these different things, and that's before you're a jerk. Mm-hmm. And they lock you in some room, and they say, okay, we'll talk to you in 12 hours until you calm down. And so what people have to understand when it comes to the jail system is it's not somewhere that you want to be. And then secondarily from that, just as Trooper Hagstrom said, and not specifically talking about this case, but talking in a generalized scenario, right? A felony or felonies on your record is not the greatest thing to have, because it certainly limits what job or jobs that you can do in the future.
Right. Most governmental jobs, city jobs, any federal stuff, you can't have a felony on your record. So that kind of limits you. I mean, there's plenty of jobs out there that you can, and good paying jobs too, like construction work and things that you can, find, but you certainly limit yourself. And then also you're dealing with that, mentally, physically, for quite a while, right?
Yeah, and when it is that someone, and not specifically this case, but someone is doing things that they shouldn't be doing, to go on to parole and probation, either one of them, means that someone is supervising you of what you can and can't do as well, even though you live in the sort of free society, right?
Right, you're gonna have court ordering conditions or parole board ordering conditions that you have to abide by, potential curfews, no driving depending on what your charge is, right? Requirement for maybe restitution if there's some type of money owed to a victim, community service, counseling, requirement of you getting education, which really only benefits you to get a high school diploma or GED in the long run. So that's like I think that's an added benefit to have an incentive to be able to do that. But all those other things, it's just added things you have to do onto your life on top of having a job, on top of running your own life. And then you have to do that for, potential of 3 to 5 years plus.
Well, this was National Night Out, and they have it every year. This was down in downtown Summerlin.
Yes.
We had a phenomenal time. As a matter of fact, if you can see by the booth there,
Yes.
our good friend Neil, he donated the plastic trooper hats this year. Also, we had the little wristbands that Neil donated. We had
that's right.
wristbands. We had everything going, and we had these. I took some pictures late at night, and we had the longest lines. It was unbelievable, and the kids loved it. And we took pictures by the cars and everything.
Gentlemen, thank you, and we'll keep showing your thing even though you won't be here. Okay. See you later.
All right.
See ya.
Bye.